Hello. Been a while since I did something, or like anything at this point, and I figured, you know what? I'm kind of recovering a little bit from having had a not so fun disease. You can probably guess which one. So I figured I'd just jump back into the swing of things, make myself do something really long and stupid for no real reason, other than I felt like it. So we're just going to sit here today, do a little bit calm, a little bit chill stream. Feel free to join in the chat. I have it up here, so hopefully I'll actually see what you're going to be saying. And I figured I'd just take a look and rank all of the different Pokemon. You know, just have fun, see what happens. So, give me just a second to fix something, and then we'll get this started. Okay. Let's go ahead and tweet this out. Also, apologies in advance. I have a cough drop in my mouth to try and keep myself from coughing a little bit too much. So, if you hear it clicking, clacking around in my mouth, that's why. That's not the link I wanted to send. Whoopsie doodle. Okay. I need just a second here, y'all. Gotta make sure this gets out. In the meantime, as you can see, I've got it all sorted out fairly simply. It's going to go down the national decks, and we have a whole lot of Pokemon to talk about. This is purely going to be from a design standpoint. It's not going to necessarily be from competitive play. It's not going to be from anything like that, mainly because I don't really do competitive play all that much. So yeah, we're just going to go ahead and okay. So, start things off. We got the first boy. The first good boy, a little bit of Bulbasaur. And honestly, I like Bulbasaur. Not too great though. He's just kind of meh to me. I'm still going to put him up in the A tier though, you know. He's a good boy. He gets a lot of hate for no reason, but I like the design. It's cute, it's fun. Ivysaur, however, I can't quite get behind as much. I think this one's just, it loses something fun about it when it evolves. So I'm going to drop it off into the B tier. Like, I don't know what it is. Like, I think it works better when it's cute. It might just be me, though. Now, Venusaur, on the other hand, like, it's not necessarily cute, but it's also just kind of awesome. So he's going to be another A tier right alongside Bulbasaur. Bulbasaur is still the better one, but I'd say Venusaur is a pretty close match to it, especially compared to Ivysaur. Then we got the Gigantamax and Mega Evolutions. Mega Evolution Venusaur is just Venusaur, but slightly bigger. I don't know. This one is definitely one that loses. Like, this is where it starts getting to be a little too much, if you ask me. But Gigantamax, where like the whole flower becomes like an enveloping like hat or some shit like that. Like that's pretty cool. Not quite much, but enough to keep it still in B tier, but above these guys. Then you got Charmander. Very simple design, very easy to recognize and see what it is. Honestly, Charmander is one of my favorite Pokemon. He's S tier. I mean, look at that smile. How can you say no to that smile? But Charmeleon, I can easily say no to. He's yeah. I actually like Ivysaur more than I like Charmeleon. Just, I don't know why they made him red. Like, it's just a little weird to me, and I don't know, something about the nub on his head and just the weird length. He looks like that awkward teenager stage, and not in a good way. So, Charizard back up to S tier. Like, that is just peak Pokemon design. You can't really get better than that outside of maybe like Pikachu or something, and even then you're kind of pushing it. I don't know, I like Charizard a lot, so that's another S tier for me. Charmander, just that little bit better though, because again, Charmander's more like a classic design. There's no frills, no fluff, anything like that. It's just a good boy. Let's do the Mega Evolutions first, actually. Because Charizard's such a powerhouse in the games, like, he is basically one of the Pokemon sort of thing. So he gets 2 Mega Evolutions. Special little brat. This one kind of sucks. I like it a little bit more than Charmeleon and Mega. I think I like it right there. Like, that's probably more accurate, because it's just this with slightly more like that. The Mega Evolutions where it's just this but slightly more, not that great. But then you got this motherfucker right here, and that's just peak awesome. Like, this is a Mega Evolution. Like, this is what you want to see when you have Mega Evolution. So this is what I look for, and that is just fantastic. Regular Charmander still beats it, but only just that little bit. And then Gigantamax Charizard. Yeah, that's another A. That's another A tier. Like, it's still more of this, but it's like they added more fire instead, so makes it a little bit more fun, a little bit cooler. I don't know. In general, this looks kind of dope, but not necessarily one of my favorite things. Like, I don't go out of my way to Gigantamax Charizard in any fight that I can get in. Squirtle. Squirtle's a good boy. I like Squirtle a lot. I think actually A tier. He's probably like high A tier for me. Not quite S tier, but still very, very high up on the list. And then Wartortle just has the same issue as the other two. Looks not that great, but of them, I like it the most. Like, Wartortle is kind of cool. It's got like the little weird wings in the cloud, and like, this doesn't translate over to either of the other two versions, which is kind of weird, but kind of cool at the same time. So, whatever works for, floats your boat there. Then you got the big hulking boy himself, Blastoise. Now, Blastoise is A tier for sure. I think Bulbasaur is just a little bit better in my mind, because he's cool. A little too bulky, I think. Overall, I still like it, so. But his Mega Evolution definitely is better than Bulbasaur, because they gave him a fucking cannon turret. Like, that's just awesome. Yeah, that's really cool. I mean, I can't complain about that. Now, Gigantamax, you kind of fall into the same issue as like with this Venusaur thing, but the big difference is like you just can't see anything. Like, it turns away. It's just, oh, let's make the shell bigger and make it like a fortress. Giant cannon is fine. You didn't necessarily need to do this. This is not really a highly inspired design, if you ask me. And speaking of not at all inspired designs, Caterpie. Caterpie is just a caterpillar. The little nubs are cute, but that's about it. There's really nothing to it. So, Metapod's kind of neat because it's like Cocoon with eyes. That's kind of cool. Same with Kakuna, just like different colors. I don't know. I'll say low B tier for Metapod. That's just kind of what we get. Then there's Butterfree, who honestly should have been a Venonat. Like, look at these two right next to each other. Like, this should have been the evolution. I don't know if necessarily Caterpie should have turned into Venomoth, but like, this should have been the evolution. They just have the same eyes, the same nose, like a lot of the same features. But that's not what we got. What we got is an actually kind of pretty sick looking butterfly, which high B tier. Like, if it did a little bit more to differentiate itself, like some of the later evolution or the later Pokemon butterflies do, probably be a little higher, but that's like just shy of an A tier for me. And then I believe this is Gigantamax. I have a cheat sheet up for helping me. This is Gigantamax Butterfree. It's not bad. It's just bigger, and I mean that's kind of the whole point of Gigantamax, I suppose. So it does make its body a little fatter, which is kind of cute, but it's probably lower B tier for me. I like it more than Ivysaur. Yeah, I think right there works. Wartortle's design just works a little bit better for me, so I don't know. Could just be my own personal bias or what have you. So I'm just gonna rearrange some windows here. Give me a sec. Okay, Weedle. Weedle is better than Caterpie because it has distinct things that make it look neat, like the little horn and the little pincer tail and like the cute button Diglett nose. Not much better, mind you. It's probably just like another high C tier because it's just basic, like just draw a bunch of balls with little balls on it and then give it a spike and you're done. Like, it's okay. It's cute. It's fun, but that's about it. Kakuna's about the same. I like Metapod more just because the eye makes it look like it's just fucking weird. And it, like, this is the front of it. So, like, when you see it like this, you're like, oh, it's just doing a side profile. No, like, this is the front, and that's weird. With Kakuna, it's just like, yeah, you know this is the front. It looks like a blocky carapace for a bee or some shit. So, it's okay. It's not bad. Beedrill, however. Motherfucking Beedrill, like, that is high tier. Like, I like that more than regular Blastoise. This thing is, like, 4 feet tall. 4 foot tall fucking Hornet. Yeah, no. That's awesome. And then his Mega Evolution, one of my favorite designs in Pokemon, period. Like, it's just shy of Black Charizard, because look at that motherfucker. You see this thing in the wild, you are dead. Excuse me. Got some warm, hot water here to hopefully help. Pidgey. Pidgey's a bird. That's it. That's low C tier. Like, there's nothing really special. It's not terrible, but there's nothing really special about it either. So, you know, can't really go anywhere. Pidgeotto's better. I'd say it's probably one of my more favorite mid designs, I'd say. Like, it's... Now that I look at this more, I think I like the Butterfree one more. And, yeah, I think I'm going to do that. But Pidgeotto definitely is an improvement. Pidgeot really isn't much of an improvement over Pidgeotto. Like, it's just the same bird, essentially. I mean, if you go by Griffin McElroy's Nuzlocke run, Miss Beekman is one of the most powerful beings in all of creation, but most Pidgeots aren't Miss Beekman, so just kind of basic. And then the Mega Evolution does that thing where it's like, oh, let's just add more to this, and it doesn't really do much other than like make a bigger wingspan. Like, this is what I think Mrs. Beekman in that Nuzlocke run for Griffin McElroy looked like. But I don't know, something about it doesn't jive well with me, so I think it's a little bit... It's better than the Blastoise, I'd say. Rattata. Rattata's dumb. I never really liked Rattata. It's just purple rat. Raticate, however, is kind of boss. Creepy a little bit, but in a good way. Like, this is what you want to see a rat. This is just meh. Now, I think it's... Oh, God, what is it? This is the Sun and Moon Rattata. What is it from? Alola, the Alola form. So, yeah, the Alola form is pretty cool. Like, this, giving this a dark typing was a lot better than just, oh, you know, it's basic mouse. That's all it is. So you get bumped up quite a bit. I actually like it a bit more than regular Raticate. Like, if this had black fur, like, I could see this being a natural progression. But what we got instead was Chubcheeks here. And Chubcheeks just makes me so happy. Like, look at this boy. Look at this little guy. He's so good. He's high. He's higher than Pidgeotto, that's for sure. Just look at that Look at that face. How can you say no to that face? That's... I don't know. Maybe I'm just... I don't know. Spiro. Spiro looks cooler than Pidgey. Not by much, though. It looks like just an edgier Pidgey of sorts. I think I'll give him high C tier. Like, I like it more than this Blastoise, but not quite this Pidgeot. And then Fearow is B tier for sure. Probably like mid, lower than, a little higher than Raticate. Because that fucking long beak, like, the design is just awesome. It looks cool. I like it. I don't know. Something about Fearow, I never really jived with it in the games. I just always kind of liked the design. So, Ekans is a snake. Like, literally, its name is Snake backwards. I mean, so is Arbok, but Arbok looks fucking rad. Ekans is just kind of another D tier. I think I like it better than Raticate a little bit. Just because, like, it does a little bit more to make itself look like a Pokemon than a mouse did. But Arbok is a high A tier. Like, look at this. I like him a little more than Bulbasaur. Look at this motherfucker. The sweet pattern on his like little I guess chest area, and it goes Chabak. Like it's cool. It's awesome. Like this is a cool snake design. This is just meh. Next up is Pikachu. Pikachu's a little overrated, but I still like the design. So I don't know. I like it better than Bulbasaur. I think right there actually. Mid A tier sounds pretty good for me. Like, Pikachu is just one of those really good designs that everyone knows. It's kind of fun, it's kind of neat, but ultimately just, I think he's a little overplayed, you know? It's obvious, you know, main Pokemon of the anime, and, like, it's the mascot and all that, but plus, anytime I see it, I can't get Ryan Reynolds' voice out of my head now. But Gigantamax Pikachu. Now, this bad boy... that is probably a low S tier, but still fucking awesome. Like, just bring back Fat Pikachu, but make him huge. Like, whoever came up with that idea at Game Freak, you deserve a medal, because holy crap, that was awesome to see. Raichu. As far as an evolution to Pikachu, Raichu's kind of meh to me. I like it more than most of these B tiers, like right here. I think I like it a little less than, a little more than Pidgeot, a little less than Pidgeotto. That's a weird juxtaposition for a Raichu, but you know, that's what I got. Then we got a Lola Raichu, which that's definitely an improvement. Like, not only is it Psychic type, but you gave him his tail as like a surfboard. Like, that's really cool. Like, a Lola Raichu, that's a really neat design. That's a really cool idea. That one's just as good as... a little less good than Pikachu, I'd say, just because Pikachu's more timeless. This one's, like, situational by comparison. Overall, I really like a Lola Raichu. Like, of the Pokemon, or of the Pikachus that have come out, like the different evolutions and family and stuff like that, because there's a Pikachu for every fucking generation now. This was one of the best ones they could have gone with, because it just looks dope. Sandshrew. I always had a soft spot for Sandshrew. One of the first Pokemon I caught in the original game, I think I had Pokemon Red, was a Sandshrew, and that Pokemon helped get me to the Elite Four. So, like, I've had a soft spot for this boy for a while, and he's, I believe, the 27th, yeah, he's the 27th Pokemon. So back when we lived in Menominee, one of the first things I did, I had, like, a sticker book of all the different Pokemon, like, mostly Gen 1 and 2, I think, and we put I just put a Sandshrew sticker right on the front door. It was sad having to tear it down when we moved, but, you know, for 8 years we knew which door was ours because of the Sandshrew sticker. And then someone else came along with, like, a similar book and put an Ursaring on that, on the door. It ended up fading and falling off, but, like, Sandshrew, I like Sandshrew. It's a cute little design. It's pretty good, pretty wholesome. I don't know if it's a tier. You know, I like it better than Raichu. I think right there works. Sandshrew works well right there for me. Sandslash is one of those that I liked a lot more when I was younger, because it's like, oh, cool, this hedgehog has just spikes everywhere. That's apparently how I sounded when I was younger. Like, this is just emo edgelord hedgehog. This is what Sonic could have been. But it's still not a bad design. Like, it's a really cool idea. Like, just spikes everywhere, and then, like, the claws. It's cool. I think it's about the same as Sandshrew, but a little bit less. Then for, I think it was Alola, which was Sun and Moon, yeah. For Sun and Moon, they gave Sandshrew and Vulpix ice versions. Which, like, going from fire to ice, that makes sense. Going from ground to ice felt a little weird to me. So, like, these ones don't really jive as much. God, I gotta get rid of you. Close that. These ones don't really jive as much with me. They're still solid designs. They're basically the same thing, just made out of ice. But I think they're lower tier for me. I think they're lower than regular Raticate now. Sandslash in this one looks a lot better because, like, the icicles are cooler. So I think I like him a little bit more than Firo, actually. This one just looks like you painted a Sandshrew white and gave him a hat. That's it. It's not the best, but it's not terrible. The Nidorans. I don't know. They look like chipmunks to me. They're not great. They're better than... I think they're honestly low D tier. No, they're not. Yeah, they're probably around there. I just remembered I gotta add a row below. I'm messing it up. I'm not doing this right. Help. Somebody help me. Help me figure out why I'm doing... Okay. These are gonna be, like, the ones that are just, like, you are a terrible design. Who thought you were a good... Who let you get out of off the drawing table? But these guys aren't quite there. Like, Rattata right now is the bottom for me of what we've seen so far, but there's some real stinkers. That said, these two don't look that great, but I do like Nidorina and Nidorino. They're kind of cool. Those two are definitely bumped up to B tier. I think Nidorino looks a little cooler. I think the 4 legs works better than Nidorina on, like, starting to get up on 2. So I think, yeah, Alola Sandslash is, like, the benchmark for that. And then regular Sandslash, because they're both spiky boys, is a thing for that. Now here's a slightly controversial one that I'm sure some people might get mad at me for. I prefer Nidoqueen to Nidoking. I know a lot of people like Nidoking more because he's just bamf. He's awesome. And honestly, yeah, a little less than, like, he's right there. Nidoqueen, though, I'd say is right up there next to Squirtle for me. Like, Nidoqueen's design is just a lot more cool, a lot more fun. And, like, yeah, it does the thing where it's like, oh, hey, I have boobs. But I don't know. Something about Nidoqueen just jived with me more, I think. And Nidoking, like, that's the one I had when I played the games growing up. That's the one that I had more often. Nidoqueen's design just does something more for me. I don't know. I can't really explain it more than just I like it. So, yeah. Clefairy. Clefairy's a ball. That's about it. I'm going to say high C tier. And then Clefable is just slightly bigger ball. They didn't really do much to differentiate it. The whole Gengar is like a dead Clefable thing is kind of neat, but that's not really enough to save you in this. So you're going to be low C tier, because, like, you're at least better than just a snake or a chipmunk. Vulpix is cute as heck. Low S tier. Like, that design is just perfect. Just super freaking cute. Gotta love Vulpix. I wish Vulpix got as much attention as Pikachu does. Like, unlike Brock like that. Just give me a Vulpix any day. Ninetales, I think, is a little worse. I think if they had, like, the orange coloring like this with Ninetales, it would work a little bit better for me. Like, swap the tip of the tail in this for, like, in color. I don't know. Something about it just didn't quite work as well for me. So, It's still awesome. I'd say probably low A tier. Yeah, just I think Bulbasaur is a little bit better, so low A tier. Then you have Alola, Vulpix, and Ninetales. They're basically the same for me. I think they're actually about the same as Alola Sandslash, but yeah, I like it like that. That works. Jigglypuff. Jigglypuff is classic design. Like, it's a ball. I mean, that's basically what Clefairy is, you know? The only difference is big eyes and swirl. Like, you look more like Kirby, you look more like a Pokemon. So, I think it's about the same for me right there. Like, these two are pretty comparable. And then, same with Wigglytuff. Like, I think Clefable does a little bit more. Actually, Wigglytuff does a little bit more because it gives it the yellow belly, or the white belly, and, like, the rabbit ears. But yeah, just in general, not bad. Zubat. Small, screamy bat. I like it better than a rat. And then Golbat is cool because it's got like the giant open gaping mouth. Like that's pretty sweet. So I think Golbat is going to be like a low B tier, just below Raticate, where it's like got the giant jaws, and just below Fearow with like, if it's got a big mouth, it's like a low B tier for me, I guess. So I don't know. It's kind of neat. Then we got Oddish. Oddish is really simple, but really cute. Like, it's just a ball with leaves on its head. That's adorable. I'd say it's better than like. Actually, I think Oddish goes right there. Honestly, like upper B tier for me right now. Gloom loses something. Like, I get the name is Gloom, so whatever. But something about this just never quite jived with me like Oddish did. So I think, honestly, low B tier, just below... Right there for Gloom. That works. Vileplume is dope. Like, just giant mushroom flower head. Like, that is high B tier. Like, that's just below Butterfree, I think, for me. That's just awesome. Next up is Paris. Paris is one of the most underappreciated Pokemon, especially when you consider like Parasect and like the cool idea of like the mushroom is taking over the Pokemon. Like that's a really cool idea. They could have gone and done a lot of cool stuff with it, but no, they like there's actually a Super Carlin Brothers video talking about how like it's the most underappreciated Pokemon, and it goes like in depth. Like if you're interested, I say go ahead and watch it, but I don't know. Paris is one of those that never really did much for me. It's better than like these two bugs here, but I think it's still high C tier. High C tier works for that. Like, it's better than most of these. Parasect is definitely going to be a mid B tier for me. I think right here, a little bit higher than Venusaur. Yeah. Because this one's actually being taken over. Like, this one's just the leaf got bigger. This one is, I will end you. Next up, Venonat. I still want this to be a Butterfree evolution, but it's not. So instead, we got Venonat Venomoth. And, yeah, Venonat, I don't know. I like it. I want it to be close to Butterfree because I like both designs. They're both kind of cute. Venomoth is a little ugly to me. It actually looks close to Paris. Like, if you look at these, like, maybe this was supposed to be the evolution initially, and then they came up with Indoctrinate here. Yeah, I think low C tier probably works for Venomoth. It's not bad. Not great either. Diglett and Dugtrio. Diglett is cute as heck. I think, let's go ahead and zoom out a little bit to get a little more. Diglett is really cute, but I don't know if it's higher than a... It's a low B tier, I say. Like, just because of how simple it is. And then Dugtrio is right next to it, just because it's 3 Digletts. That's all it is. But then you get the Alola variants, and it's like, okay, This Diglett fucks. Better than Rattata, Rattata's a little bit better, I'd say. Yeah. And then this Dugtrio, just this Fabio triplet here. My god, that is awesome. You are slightly cooler than Vileplume in my mind, good sir. Like, that is just a brilliant... How can we make it different? Hair. Like, that's just a fun idea. I just really like that. Next up is Meowth. Meowth is a classic design, classic Pokemon. You gotta love him. I mean, he's the one that goes, "That's right!" in the Team Rocket thing. So, Meowth, yeah, you get a low S tier. You're a little bit below Vulpix. Like, you're pretty cool. And then Persian's just a bigger cat. That's all you are. You're nothing special. So, I don't know. Persian, you're like mid B tier. I like you a little bit better in Charmander. Yeah, you're right there, fits pretty good. And then Alola, what did you do to my boy? You made him a glamour cat. You made him a cat. You made him Mr. Mistopheles. Yeah, no, I do not vibe with this prissy looking Meowth. This thing is just not great. This is honestly worse than like Jigglypuff for me. And then this face. What did you do to Persian? I don't like Persian that much. What did you do to Persian? No, you're the first one that's not just like a basic thing that goes like high D tier. Like, these are just basic, like, snake, chipmunks, bat, rat. You're a cat with a weird ass. You're it's that cat from that video. It's like, Ma, the freaking cat's back. Like, what the hell happened to you? And then Meowth from Galar. Like, this hairball. This hairball is just great. I love him. I love him so much. I like him more than regular Meowth, actually. Like, this thing just looks feral, and I love him. And then, speaking of things I love, Long Cat Gigantamax Meowth. Like, holy crap. You're right up there with friggin' Pikachu. Like, that's just an awesome... Like, it's a meme, but look at it. It's just a skyscraper of a cat. It's great. Psyduck. Psyduck's another A tier. Probably right there, I'd say. Yeah, I like him a little bit more than you two, so. And then Golduck's kind of cool to have as a Pokemon in your party. But, I don't know. Something about the design never worked well in my mind, so you're probably... You're below... Yeah, you're right there. You're another B tier. I think most Pokemon designs are okay, and I think the fact that most of them so far are in B tier, it's kind of emblematic of that. Mankey. Mankey's a pissed off little monkey, and I love it. You're better than Alola Raticate, but not quite there. And then Primate's fucking great. Just a giant ball of hair that hates. Like, you are better than Arbok, good sir. You are one of my... Actually, you might be better than Nidoqueen. Like, you're actually up there as one of my personal favorites. Design-wise, I think it could be a little better, but overall, I mean, how do you... There's not really much ways to make it better, so that's what we got. Growlithe is a good boy. Very, very good boy. I'd say I like it better than here. Yeah, right there. And honestly, Arcanine's about the same. Like, I think of them both as the same Pokemon in a way. Because they look very similar. Like, Arcanine's just bigger and slightly fluffier. You know what? That makes it slightly better than Growlithe. But these two are pretty comparable in my mind. Poliwag. Poliwag's cute. I still refuse to say that this is not its mouth. The swirl is its mouth. You no matter what you tell me, Pokemon, that is fact. But because this little pink nose is its mouth, I'm gonna... Yeah, it's a little bit better than... it's actually pretty... it's about Oddish. Oddish is a little better. So Poliwhirl, you kind of lose a little something with this, just because like the cuteness is the fact that it doesn't have arms and it's a tadpole and all that stuff. This just looks like, I'm going to hypnotize you, and we already have Hypno, so I don't know. Low, slightly better than actually Persian. I think goes down a peg. You're right around. You're next to Golduck, actually. Yeah, you're next to Golduck. Poliwrath, same thing, just pissed. So you get to be right there. Abra. I always hated Abra, just because it likes to teleport away and doesn't want to be my friend. I can't really blame it though. I was trying to stuff it into a ball. I like the design though. The design is kind of cute. It looks like a little, like if you told me this, if you didn't tell me it was a psychic type, I would say it was a psychic type. Like it looks like a psychic even before you get the spoon boys involved. So Abra is kind of cute. I think it's about Oddish again, like in terms of comparability. Kadabra is better in my mind. It's a little, not by much. Probably like Pidgeotto Nidorino area. Just because like it becomes more than just a slightly bigger version of Abra. Like it starts getting the little whiskers. It's got the weird symbol on its crotch, and it's got the spoon. Like he's ready to chow down on some cereal. Alakazam, however, you start taking some stuff back, and it's not great. So I think he's probably a little bit better than Oddish. No, a little bit better than Wartortle in my mind. Yeah, I think that fits. That fits well. Alakazam's Mega Evolution, though, that is just cool. Like, giving him 5 spoons and having him float. And, like, this is a man who knows everything and just refuses to say anything. He's high A tier. Like, he's actually pretty close to Blastoise to me in terms of where he sits on A tier. Just because, I mean, it's awesome. Just look at him. It's a guru. Machop, Machoke, and Machamp. Machop and Machoke are kind of the same. Like, this just looks like the kid in middle school who would always run around the gym, was in no sports. He's the kid who Naruto runs. Whereas Machoke is the kid who still kind of Naruto runs, but he grew out of that phase and just went on to just become the jock. Both of them are okay designs. I think low B tier, just below Poliwhirl, or Poliwrath, or whatever the hell that thing is called. Machamp, though, giving him 4 arms, 2 sets of arms to hug you. I mean, this motherfucker's cool. He's better than Nidoking for sure, but I don't think he's better than Growlithe. Then you got his Gigantamax form, which hurts me, because that's what he does. It's too big. Like, I get that that's the whole point of Gigantamax, but like this one just it doesn't feel good to me. It doesn't feel good. I think it's about comparable to this. Like, regular Machamp, awesome. Gigantamax Machamp, just a little too much going on. Like, you didn't need to add the pulsating power and all that stuff. Bellsprout. Bellsprout's cute. Fun little design. Nothing really too special about it. It's just a flower that likes to kiss. So I think Bellsprout's actually going to be just a little bit better than He'll be right there. Weeping Bell's the same, only he screams more. Doesn't have legs, doesn't have anything like that. So, you know, a little bit better. Victory Bell's sweet, though. Like, this is a plant that you don't want to run into in the middle of the forest or something, because this thing will just eat you. So I'd say he's definitely higher B tier. About here, probably. Yeah, because Mankey's a little bit better, but Chub Cheeks is just too cute. So, Tentacles, pretty basic. It's not great. I'd say probably low C tier. Well, actually mid C tier, just kind of looking at the other low ones. Glamour Cat's at least a little more creative, so I think that's like a stop point for that. Tentacruel, I never noticed the multiple, like, prongs that he has, so I always thought this was just like a giant nose. But no, it's more like he's got a set of pinchers with tentacles coming out in between it, and that's kind of cool. Like, you're a basic-ass jellyfish. You're a destruction machine. Like, you're cooler than frickin'... You're about there, actually. Yeah, like, that thing is just awesome. This is what happens when Squidward gets pissed. Geodude's a rock. With arms. Low C tier. Graveler. Somehow made it worse. High D tier. Golem's kind of cute, or kind of cool. I wish the design was more in line with these two, but I kind of get why they had to change. Like, I just don't get why they gave him, like, flesh bits, you know? He's got flesh arms, flesh head, flesh legs. Why? What's the point of that? So, Golem, I don't know, another, slightly higher... Yeah, well, like, it looks more like a dinosaur than an evolution of a rock Pokemon, you know? And speaking of rock Pokemon, though, we got these are the Alola forms, I believe. Geodude Alola, they gave him eyebrows. That makes it slightly better. Graveler, they gave him arm hair. Makes it slightly worse. But then you get this bearded motherfucker. Like, this Golem is awesome. Just a giant artillery cannon, a beard, eyebrows up the wazoo. Like, this guy is awesome. I'd say he's probably just below Chub Cheeks Raticate for me. Regular Ponyta. It's a horse on fire. You can go to any farm and get that. And then same with Rapidash. Like, they're just not really that inspired, if you ask me. And something about the way Rapidash's face changes when it evolves just doesn't really work that great for me, if I'm being honest. So, I think Ponyta is a low B tier. Rapidash is a high C. Because, like, this is a Pokemon. This is just, you stuck a horn on your horse and lit it on fire. Now, the Galarian versions, these two are dope. Like, this Ponyta, definitely high A tier. Like, you are just below Alakazam. Like, Mega Evolution for me. Rapidash, again, kind of loses something for me, but it's not quite as bad as this. I'd probably say, just because you look like the definition of a unicorn, I'd say, like, low A tier, because that works out really well for what they were trying to do. Slowpoke's high, low A tier, or low S tier. I mean, that design's just perfect. What more do you want? What more can you ask for? Slowbro is a little much, I think. Like, it's Slowpoke standing up, but it's got like the giant tail. It's just a little bit busier, I think, but not all that bad. Like, it's still kind of fun. So he's probably lower, just below Nidoking in terms of overall aesthetic for me. So, not bad. Galarian one, didn't really need to mess with it that much. So, honestly, low B tier for kind of both of you, really. I like you better than those, though, so... Yeah, that works. And then there's Mega Evolution Slowbro, which, if you don't know, I think it's Mega Evolution at least. Yeah. This thing is spinning constantly. And, like, the still image doesn't sell that, and that makes it great. Like, the fact that it's just constantly spinning in place, this poor thing is just constantly being rotated against its will by the shell that slowly took over its body. So, that goes up here with these boys, and I think I like it a little bit more new, but a little less than you. Next up, the Magnas. Magnemite is basic as fuck. I've always thought that as a kid. Like, yeah, it has an eyeball and a screw, but that's it. you're slightly better than some chipmunks. And the Magneton's not much better. It's the same thing, just 3 of them, so we'll put you there. Farfetch'd. This one's kind of cool because it's like a bird with a leak or something. Like, there's a legend behind why it's named Farfetch'd, and it's just kind of cool. It's definitely one of the more unique ones because it's like, I'm a duck, but I got a weapon. It's kind of cool. So I think Farfetch'd is probably right here. But then the Galarian Farfetch'd, the one that can turn into like the knight with the giant ass sword, that's cool. Like this dude thwacks. This guy just kind of is annoying and like taps you and hits you with the leak. This dude will go for your balls. And just the pissed off look and everything works a lot better. So I think he's probably low A tier, like just below Bulbasaur, actually. Next up is Doduo. This one was always kind of cute. I mean, it's an ostrich with 2 heads, essentially. But that's about it. I'd say it's probably C tier. A little bit better than Venomoth. Now, with Dodrio, you get like a slightly distinct look to the heads. They have different eyes. They have the tail. Like, this one improves upon this as much as it needs to without getting too overly flashy. Because, like, they couldn't really just add another head or, like, giant wings or anything like that. Like, this is where it needs to stop, and it's good that it did. And honestly, I like it for that. It's a really cute, or not cute. It's a cool design. Certainly better than Doduo. I'd say it's probably right there, actually. A little bit better than Golduck, a little bit worse than Golbat. So, yeah. Seal's just a seal. That's it. You're more unique than a snake and you have a better face, but the arm hair on the boulder just works better. Dugong is a slight improvement because it, like, yeah, it's just another thing, like another seal again, but I don't know, something about it just, it's more majestic, I think. So I think I'll put it just below I'll put it above the U2, actually. Grimer is just a pile of sludge, and that's okay. Low B tier. Same with Muck, only you get to be more like here because you're horrifying. Grimer's horrifying too, but with that dopey little smile in the eyes. Like, Muck looks like it's the creature from the Black Lagoon before the goo, like, slides off. Grimer just looks like a kid covered in peanut butter. A little bit. Now, the Galarian versions, or is that a Lola? These are Lola. Oh, yeah. The Alola versions are kind of cool because they're more colorful. They're a lot cooler. I like you slightly better than all of those. This Muck is super cool. Like, I'd actually say he's like low A tier, honestly. Just how much different this looks. It's incredible how much of a difference this is to me. I'm going to put you back. Shelder. The tongue sticking out's nice. Otherwise, it's just kind of okay. You're better than some bugs. You're better than a squid. Cloyster is dope. Like, this thing looks like... that looks like a cannon that's about to shoot the head out. That's kind of cool. That one's probably close to Muck in terms of how much I like it. Ghastly is a pretty cool ghost Pokemon design. Very basic, very simple to understand what, like, yeah, this is a ghost. Cool. I'll say a little bit above Diglett. Haunter is awesome. Just those creepy, grabby hands. Better than Tentacle. Yeah, I'd say right there works. And then Gengar with a shit-eating grin. Like, that is S tier. Like, I think I like it a little bit more than you two, actually. Like, that is a ghost you don't want to mess with. And it's just kind of cool. Let's see. Mega Gengar. Another case of it doing too much. It's not bad. Not great, though. I think this one's probably a low A tier. But then Gigantamax Gengar, that's pretty cool. Like, just a giant void that you can suck into its mouth. That one goes up here with these Mega Evolutions. Like, the Mega Evolution wasn't great. The Gigantamax was, though. Like, that's just awesome to me. Next up, we got Onyx. You're a snake made of rocks. You're at least better than this snake. I'll give you that. You're also big as fuck, and I like that. So I'm going to give you a, right here. Drowsy and Hypno make me uncomfortable. For probably obvious reasons. But of the two, I like Drowsy a little bit more. I think I'll make him a low B tier and make Hypno a low C tier. No, both low B tier. Drowsy's a little bit better, I think, than Galarian Slowpoke. So, yeah. Krabby. Krabby's just a little crab. Not great. You're better than a bat. Better than a bot. You're probably like... You're actually like high D tier, I think. Because it doesn't really do much to make it look like just not a crab, you know? Kingler, however, with that giant-ass claw and everything, like, that's dope as all hell. You're definitely better than Golduck. Hell, you're better than most of these in B tier, I think. Yeah, you're probably right here. Like, it's big crab, but only half of it got, like, really big because it, like, lost this one in a fight or something, and it's trying to regrow it, you know? Like, that's just a really cool idea. Then you get to the Gigantamax one, and it loses me. No. There's too much going on. This is honestly one of the worst Gigantamax ones to me. There's just too much. Like, you give it a giant beard, the claw gets bigger, this one somehow gets smaller. I don't know. This, if you were to serve this, maybe, but... Voltorb is a ball that's pissed. Low C tier. Because Electrode is D tier. Like, you're just... You lose all the personality that this had. You know? It's just, I'm a shit. Speaking of little shits, Execute. These are seeds. Why'd you name it an egg? There's 6 of them. They each have like a distinct personality. One of them is just fucking dead. Like, that's kind of cool. But otherwise, it's just kind of basic. I like you a little bit more than those, I'd say. Executor. Now, a palm tree with, like, eggs that can walk around. That's pretty cool. You're slightly better than Parasect. And then a Lola like, this is easily A tier. He's not quite as good as Slowpoke in my mind. But this giant boy, just look at him. He's trying, he's doing so good. Cubone's adorable. I like Cubone a lot. Actually, probably a little bit less than Pikachu. I wish Cubone got as much attention as Pikachu did. Just a little bone. Like, it looks like a small little furry wood fairy tale and creature that it wears a skull. It's cute. Marowak loses something because it looks like this is his head and not like a skull that it's wearing, but it got a bigger bone. So yeah, right here, right there, that one works. A Lola Marowak, though, like, it basically just took what that did, gave it darker skin color, and then lit the bone on fire. That's cool. Like, this is one of the better regional variants in my mind, alongside Executor. I don't know, I like Squirtle a little bit more. Squirtle's just a good boy. Hitmonlee and Hitmonchan. I always preferred Hitmonlee, personally. Just looks cooler. Hitmonchan just looks kind of like a dude dressed up as what he would think a Pokemon would be if he'd only heard, like, about what Pokemon was. So I'd say he's like a high C tier. Hitmonlee is honestly upper A tier. Like, I like him more than both of these two, and these two are some of my favorite designs in Pokemon. So actually, you know what, I like him more than... He's actually, like, really up. He's up there. He's definitely one of my favorites. Lickitung disturbs me. Lickitung is gonna be with his other tongue buddy here. It's a neat design. It's gross, especially after the Detective Pikachu scene. Just no. Coughing. I don't like coughing or the Pokemon. It's okay. I think it's a little bit better than Voltorb. Weezing's a bit better than Tentacruel because, like, it gets slightly bigger. It gets tusks for some reason, and it gets a growth, like we all kind of assumed it already had. But Galarian Weezing with this freaking stovetop hat and all of that stuff, that's dope. That's cool. I think I'll actually put him just right there, just above you, but just a little below Venonat, because Venonat's a good boy and deserves to be there. Rhyhorn looks like a rhino made out of rocks, and that's not bad. It's just not great. I like him a little bit more than the Geodudes and a pile of eggs. Actually, I like him more than Dugong, now that I think about it. But Rhydon is pretty cool. Like, this is a pseudo-legendary in my mind. He's just beefy, he's tanky. Give it all you got, boy. This one probably right here in upper mid B. Chansey's adorable. Chansey's another upper mid B. I like it a little bit better than those. Tangela, not my favorite. It's just a bunch of weeds wearing shoes. Like, this is Kirby if he didn't get a haircut for a while. So, upper C tier. I like it a little more than Parasect, but yeah. Kangaskhan's kind of cool. Little meh in the design, if you ask me. Like they could have done a little bit more than just made it look like slightly large mad kangaroo. So I'm gonna put you just below Machoke. Your Mega Evolution is dumb. It's just, hey, let's have the baby jump out of the pouch. Woo. Like, it's just the same design. Like, there's, like, maybe the ears get slightly longer and you get like a couple more spikes, but it's just not great. Like, your bottom, yeah, honestly, I don't like it that much. It's just a stupid idea. If the baby like grew up or something and there was like two of them, that'd be different, but that's not what happens. So Horsey's a good design, really cute, really easily understandable what you're looking at. I would say I like you more than Machop, but yeah, Kingdra's kind of the same, just more pissed. So I think we're gonna go with, actually, yeah, I'll just do that. Like, it's about the same. So what are you gonna do? You're a goldfish, no one cares. You're a goldfish, no one cares. Like, these two are some of the most uninspired fish designs in the entire franchise. Like, you can't tell me I'm wrong there. Staryu and Starmie, I mean, they're basically starfish with gems inside, but they're kind of cool. It's more than just, I'm a fish, blub blub. Staryu, I like more than Starmie, because Starmie just starts looking like a little busier and like sags and droops for some reason. I don't know. I'd say I like it a little more than Pidgeotto, and then Starmie kind of falls from grace pretty quick. Mr. Mime disturbs me. I don't like Mr. Mime. You're low D tier. Your Galarian form doesn't do much better. Like, I don't like you. You are upsetting. Scyther has always been one of my favorites. I think I like it a little less than Charizard, but it's a knife bug. How can you? It's awesome. It's just, I love Scyther. That's easily always been one of my favorites. Jinx is problematic. Also not a great design. I like you a little bit more than Mr. Mime, but minorly, if at all. Electabuzz looks like a pissed off mix between a gorilla and a dog that got shot with electricity or something. I don't know what the fuck I'm even saying. It looks cool. It's a neat design. I think I like him a little bit better than Kadabra. Actually, I like him better than... Chubcheeks just barely edges him out, I'd say. Magmar's got a butt for a forehead. I don't know. Magmar's cool, like it's a good fire type or whatever, but just never did anything for me. You're lower than Rapidash. Pinsir looks like it could fuck you up, both with the giant pins on its head and its mouth made out of what looks like knives. It's a little disturbing looking, but I like it about the same as Cloyster. Your Mega Evolution fucking sucks. Like, this is the definition of way too goddamn much. Giant wings, more teeth, weirder eyes, horns that don't, or pincers that don't even make sense. Like, this is just throw as much shit onto here as you can and make it work. And it didn't work. I'm gonna adjust the screen a little bit here so I can show a little bit more at a time. Okay. Tauros is a bull that's got like 3 tails, and that's it. Not great. So I'm gonna put you here. You're better than Hypno. Hypno's just... Anytime I get a Hypno in the game, I name it Harvey Weinstein for obvious reasons. Magikarp is a good fish design, certainly better than just Goldeen here. It's a little basic, but, you know, it's one of those that longevity just made it a lot better. There's that one trainer in every game that has the 6 Magikarps. That's annoying, but I don't know. I like Magikarp, so... you're a little bit better than Galarian. No, better. You're better than Ivysaur. Gyarados is awesome. Like, I like you better than Nidoqueen. You are just a giant serpent that loves to kill. You are a dragon in the truest sense, and I love it. Your Mega Evolution, kind of like Pinsir, I'm not a fan, but it's not quite the same. Like, they kind of made him stubbier. They added the giant fin. You know, no, now that I think about it, yeah, there's too much. Like, you take this magnificent beast and turn it into this? Why? What possible advantage is there to that? Okay, gonna do another adjustment of the screens here. Hold, please. Okay. There we go. Next up, we got Lapras. It always surprised me Lapras never got an evolution with how, like, beloved it was. But I kind of get it at the same time, so, you know, not the end of the world, or I guess. As far as designs go, it's kind of cool. The shell on its back is a lot of fun. It's kind of neat. I don't know. High B tier. I like you more than Poliwhirl. More than Abra. Yeah. Oddish is slightly cuter. Gigantamax looks too much like Hero. Like, look at this. That's what this thing looks like, Gigantamax. It doesn't do much to... It just makes the shell slightly bigger and then adds music around it. Like, it's okay. It's... That's about what I could describe it as. Just okay. It's not as good as the original Lapras in my mind, but it's not terrible. It's certainly better than some of these other lower B-tier ones. So, I think I'll put it just below Poliwrath. Ditto! Ditto is a classic design. I mean, it's just very easy to pick up, understand what it is. Might be a little controversial given some of the things I've said, but, you know, low A tier. I like it. It's dopey, and all the Pokemon that turn into it now, for some reason, all have that thing, when originally it was just one that only did that. So, I'm not bitter. What are you talking about? Eevee. Eevee's cute as all heck. You are high A tier. You're a little bit below Pikachu and Cubone for me. Your Gigantamax form, basically trying to copy Pikachu's, but can't quite get it. You're fluffy and cute, though, so you're better than Ninetales. Now, Vaporeon, Jolteon, and Flareon. Vaporeon was the one that I personally liked the least. It actually went in this order, 3, 2, 1. So, you're going to be my B tier, but you're a little bit better than Wartortle, so I'll at least put you there. Jolteon, you're the A tier one. Probably lower A tier behind... Yeah, in front of Venusaur. And then Flareon is a high A tier. It's not quite S tier, because there's 2 evolutions that are a lot better. But I'd say you're probably a little bit worse off than Eevee. Like, if I had to keep my Eevee, I would prefer to keep it than get any of these 3 evolutions. So, Porygon's fun because someone basically said, why are you making a game for the Game Boy? Why not make polygonal things? So they made a Pokemon that's just polygons. Like, that's kind of a fun thing. Design-wise, it's just kind of meh. I mean, you know, it's just polygons. So, I don't know. Low B tier. Ammonite and Amistar. I'm not part of team. I'm not part of. I don't worship Lord Helix. So I think low C tier for you two. You're actually better than some of them. You're just disturbing. Kabuto and Kabutops are great. Like, Kabuto's design is awesome. You're definitely high B tier alongside Venonat. Kabutops is Scyther, but a undead water bug. Like, it's a little bit much when compared to Scyther, but still pretty damn cool. I like it a little less than Cubone. Aerodactyl is just a pterodactyl with a giant mouth. So I'll put him with the other giant mouth ones. He's better than Firo. And then this is another one that's just you added too much. You flew too close to the sun. I'm sorry. Snorlax is S tier. Easy. I like him a little less than Charizard. He's just a big, soft, cuddly boy. And even his Gigantamax form is pretty cool. I don't know if it's necessary. It's comparable to Gengar's, actually. Like those are just comparable ideas, and like I like both of those. But yeah, that fits for me. Articuno is graceful and elegant as all heck, and I like it. I'd say you're probably high A tier. Zapdos is a spike bird, and you're low A tier. Actually, right around Jolteon. And then the original Moltres is actually really right next to Articuno. Like, they're about the same for me. One's ice, one's fire. I like Zapdos more. I don't know. Something about all those spikes and being able to fly is just funny to me. Then they got their new forms with Sword and Shield. Articuno, what the hell happened? You look gross. You're slightly better than Mr. Mime, but not by much. Zapdos, what the hell happened? You became one of my new favorite legendaries. Holy crap! Who knew?
Discover card here to explain our cashback match. We match
What?
all of the cashback.
Oh, my lo-fi. Oh, my lo-fi music ended. Okay. There we go. But yeah, no, like, just turn the Roadrunner. Like, turn Zapdos into the Roadrunner. Done. And then Moltres, they just did too much. Like, this is becoming either your basic is all hell, or they did way too much to you. And that's fine. Like, that's how I consider F tier for Pokemon designs. Dratini's a good little noodle. You're better than Horsey and Kingdra. Or Seadra, not Kingdra. Dragonair. Not better, but not worse than Dratini. Actually, it is a little bit worse than Dratini because it's starting to get into that idea of a little too much, I think. So I think I'll put you a little lower than Horsey. Dragonite is just dope. I like him more than Pikachu. Like, I have no idea how this turns into this, but it works for me. I like it. Classic Mewtwo is high up. I don't know if I would put him very, very high. I like him a little more than Tentacruel. This first Mega Evolution for him, though, this just, I don't know, this just doesn't do it for me. It looks like they tried to roid out a Psychic type. Like, I don't know. You're worse than Hitmonchan. This one looks like a Mega Evolution for a Psychic type. Like, this is what I would expect. And I actually like it just about the same as regular Mewtwo. Then you got Mew. Mew's pretty basic. You're basically middle B tier. There's not much else I can really say about Mew. And hey, we're finally in Gen 2. It only took an hour. Whoops. I said this was going to be a long one. Alright. We got Chikorita. You are okay. Low B tier. Bayleaf. I actually like you a little worse. Or a little less. High C tier. And Meganium, you're an improvement. You're better than an Ivysaur. So, you're good there. Cyndaquil is another S tier. I don't know if I want to put I like you a little bit better than Vulpix. So you two are comparable. You're good. Quilava, you lose something kind of like Charmeleon did, but it's not like a drastic drop down to B tier. You're still in A tier, but low A tier. Like you're below. You're right there. And then Typhlosion is just more of the same, just slightly better, a little bit spikier. I like you more than I like you there. You'll work there. Totodile's definitely S tier. Like that is top 5 Pokemon, easy. Look at that. Look at that happy lad. He's just so good. Croconaw, you definitely drop down. I mean, your patterning makes it look like you're wearing a caveman uniform. It's weird. Like you're right there. Feraligatr bumps back up, I think, to high B tier. So, right there. Because at least it's like, yeah, it's another giant crocodile or whatever. Like, Croconaw was sort of looking. Why is my sweater not coming? But it's not also confusing in that it looks like it's trying to be a caveman. So, I don't know. B tier for Alligator. Sentret's a cute design. Like I like how it has the little target on its chest. It stands up on its tail. Like that's just a cute design. That's high cute. I like you more than. Yeah, you're actually the high B tier. I like you that way. Furret is a little less cute, I think. Probably like right there. I don't know. If it's stuck up on its tail, that'd be cool. And this thing is 6 feet tall. That's huge. That's as big as me. That's a giant fucking Furret. Hoot Hoot's a great design. Like, it can tuck it one of its feet as an owl. It's got like the little clock motif sort of thing with its eyes going on. That's kind of cool. High B tier, probably. I like you a little bit better than Wartortle and Vaporeon. Nah, Vaporeon, yeah. Noctowl, kind of meh. Loses something from Hoot Hoot. So we're going to knock you down. You're about the same as Doduo in terms of how much I think about you. So yeah, we'll do that. Let's see. We got Ladybug. Ladybug Pokemon that I'm surprised took that long to get to doing it. Like, that's a little weird that it took that long, but it's not bad. It's not great. Like the 6 punching arms, that's it. So I like you better than Glamcat here. Ledion looks like a Power Ranger bug, and that's kind of cool, but you're only slightly better than these two in my mind. Spinarak, you're a spider with a sad face. Slightly better than that. Ariados does too much, I think. So you're another low D tier. I'll do Crobat next. You're about Golbat, actually. Like, you're about comparable. Instead of having just a giant open mouth, you have more wings, and that's kind of cool. So, there's that. Chinchou, I think is what this one's called, right? Where'd that go? There it is. Yeah, Chinchou. So, You're kind of cute. Not great, but not terrible either. So you're C tier. You're better than Glamcat. Better than Ladybug, actually. Lantern doesn't look like it comes from this necessarily outside of like the color scheme. I don't know. I like Amistar a little. Nah, you're right there. Now we got some babies. Pichu's a baby. It looks okay. Low B tier. Clef I hate. Clef does nothing to warrant itself and make itself look different. Like, it's just, like, I know that's the whole point. Like, hey, it's a baby Pokemon. What is the difference? The horns are droopy and it's a little pudgier. No. You're there. Same with Igglybuff. Like, these two are just uninspired baby designs. Like, these could just already be babies, you know? Togepi, as far as baby design goes, is pretty good. You're better than Aerodactyl. You're about actually there with Chansey in terms of your egg form and such. Togetic, you lose me. Like, how could you go from this to this? It absorbed its egg? I don't know. High C tier. I like Hitmonchan and that better. I like it there. Natu's a cute bird. I really like Natu. It's just cute overall design. You're better than Bulbasaur. But Xatu, that is top tier. Like that's slightly better than Roadrunner, or that's slightly worse than Roadrunner, but better than Galarian. Mareep. Mareep is a sheep, and there's nothing else to it. But unlike some of the other ones that are just basically, here's this animal, enjoy. Mareep actually just set itself apart with like the tail and the little cones on its head. So I'd say upper C tier probably. Better than that. Flaffy, like, it does better to differentiate itself from sheep, but it doesn't really jive well with me, I guess. Flaffy is okay. I'd say probably right here. And Ampharos is kind of cool. B tier probably for me. Just below, or just above Machop here. Mega Ampharos. Another improvement over that, that's for sure. I don't know, I think right here. Yeah, I like Electabuzz slightly more than the flowing locks. So, Blossom is cute. As far as evolution to Gloom, I have no idea how you go from one to the other. Because, like, look at this. How do you get this out of this? It just doesn't make sense. So, I don't know. But I like Blossom a lot more. I think Quilavo does a little bit better, so we'll do that. Azurill. Or no, this is just regular Meryl, ain't it? Yeah. Meryl is cute. It's a pseudo Pikachu, but it's water type, so, you know, there you go. You're better than a lot of these. Azumarill doesn't do enough. It's the Jigglypuff Wigglytuff thing all over again, and I think I'm actually going to put you here with these two instead of these two, because Meryl is just, I like Meryl a lot more than those two. Sudowoodo is a tree. A tree that people can't see has a face for some reason. So you're an alright design. I'm gonna go here with you. Polytoad. Polytoad, aside from having multiple partners, is a cute little frog design that I think does better than, honestly, any of the other parts of its thing, except for maybe Poliwag. So, yeah, that'll work there. I don't like Hoppip. Hoppip is dumb. It looks silly. Skiploom ain't much better, so actually you're gonna go right next to it. Jumpluff at least like tries to be a little different, not just let's put thing on head. Instead, it's let's put balls on side. It's cute. It's fun. It's a neat little step forward. You're better than some blobs and some eggs. Apom is a monkey with a hand for a tail. Meh. It's okay. I like it better than Lantern, at least. Sunkern is kind of cute. Like, it's a very cute little design. I would say this is probably better than Pichu and Chikorita. Sunflora kind of lose me a little bit, but not that much. So it's probably bottom B tier. Actually, Hypno is still bottom B tier now I think about it. Yanma's okay. I like you slightly better than a Squid. Wooper's adorable. Wooper gets A tier for sure. You're a little less than Growlithe. And you know what? Quagsire's good too. Like, these two are just kind of inseparable. You can't get rid of one without the other, so. Espeon is top tier evolution. Like, you got Flareon. I think I like it better than actual Eevee, honestly. But then Umbreon is easily one of the best evolutions in my mind. You're better than Gengar. Like, that thing is just awesome looking. Murkrow's pretty cool as far as bird Pokemon go. You're definitely a lot better than Pidgeot and Pidgeotto. Where do I have Pidgeotto? Pidgeotto's right here, so you're actually just slightly better than Pidgeotto, so that works. Slowking. I don't know if the one in the Pokemon 2000 movie is like an exception to the rule, but like he could talk, and that was kind of cool. It's actually about a little less than Natu, but close to Slowbro, so that works. This is the Galarian form? What are you? I don't actually know what you are, so unless it's that Mega Evolution. No, because the Mega Evolution's the spinning top for Slowbro. I think you're one of the alternate forms, I think, which, I don't know, you look, blah. Oh, I know what you are, you belong to, yeah, you belong with this one, and honestly, you're not much better, so. Mischievous is a cute little ghost design. I think it's actually comparable to Ghastly. A little bit better. A little more to it than that. So here. The Unknown are pretty cool because there's like 30 different variations of it depending on different letters and symbols and stuff. Cool idea. Pretty basic otherwise. Like, it's just an eyeball with slightly suggestive limbs. So, you know, you get low C tier. Wobbuffet. It's more cool to speculate if the little black nubbin is the actual Pokemon, or if like this is, than it is like the design itself. Your pretty basic design, a little worse than Flaffy in my mind. Giraffig is weird. Like, it's like half dark, half light. It's just a giraffe otherwise. I don't know. It's confusing and it doesn't do enough to really interest me. So I think low D tier. Pineco is a pine cone. Better than a snake. Fortress is a boulder of death. Certainly better than the other boulders of death that have already been here. So you're better than Golem. I don't like Dunsparce. I don't know, something about it just never jived with me. You're right there. Gligger's a little shit of a bat. Certainly better than Zubat, but nowhere near as good as like Golbat, which is, yeah, he's right there. So you're better than, you're right there. That works. Steelix is dope. Like, it's Onyx but bigger and metal. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, you know, you're slightly better than Onyx. I think right there. And then this just does too much. Like, it does way too goddamn much. I don't know. Snubbull. Snubble's a little miffed off dog Pokemon. You're right about there, and Granbull, you're right there. Quillfish doesn't do much outside of being a pufferfish with a random tail. And you're better than Hoppip at least. Scizor is another S tier, but not quite the same as Scyther. I think he's probably right about there, honestly. The Mega Evolution, no. You're right there with Kingler in that it doesn't look great. It's certainly better than some of these other ones, but nah. Shuckle's kind of cute. Shuckle has a little bit of a fun design to it, like the noodle head can pop out of any of the holes or whatever, so that's kind of fun. You're a little worse than Poliwag, I'd say. Heracross. Heracross is a giant emperor beetle, or Hercules beetle or something. I think Hercules, that makes sense for the name. But it's just a cool Pokemon design. It's better than Pinsir. Probably right there with Kingler. And then its Mega Evolution is right there with Scizor. It just, actually, I like Scizor a little bit better. It just doesn't, it makes it look too chunky, if that makes sense. Sneasel I love. Like, Sneasel's one of my favorite designs, personally. Honestly, I think it's an S tier for me, just below Vulpix. Because it's just like a mad, dark ice thing. Teddy Ursa's teddy bear. Not that great. You're an upper D. Ursaring is an improvement, but not by much. You're just a bear with a circle and some shoulder pads. So you get to be lower B tier. Slugma. That's your name, right? Yeah, Slugma is a slug-shaped, dripping ooze of lava. Not bad, not great. Better than just a dragonfly. Then we got Magcargo. You know, you're better. You at least have like the shell and all of that stuff, so you'll be just below Mareep. Swinub. You're okay. You're basic. You're better than some letters. Polyswine looks like Cousin It. Or Piloswine looks like Cousin It with tusks, and that's kind of creepy. Which works for the Addams family, so you're a little worse than Azuriel. Corsola is a bunch of reef that gained sentience. You're better than that. This one is the undead version of it because global warming. And I like that idea a lot more for some reason. So you're right about there. Don't be too sad, little guy. Remoraid is a fish. It's better than Goldeen at least. Octillery is an octopus with some okay enough designs. It looks almost like it could be an Animal Crossing villager more than a Pokemon. So you're kind of right there with Remoraid, actually. Delibird is Santa Bird. It delivers presents to all the good little Pokemon. And you're right there before Ponyta and behind Spoon Boy. Mantine. You're a Stingray. You're the one that killed Steve Irwin in this universe. God, I'm dumb. You're better than Slugma. No, you're better than Weezing. Skarmory is a metal knife bird, and that's dope. So we're gonna go. You're just before Nidoking. Yeah, I like Tentacruel a little more than you, but you're still awesome. No idea how it gets off the ground without jet engines. Houndour is a pissed off looking fire dog. Growlithe is still better, but this is high B, better than you. Houndoom is a full-on hell dog, and that shit is awesome. I think I like it a little more than Arbok. And then Mega Houndoom. They just need to stop. Like, why keep adding to things that are already so good? Like, this is just another D tier. It's too much. It doesn't make it look powerful. It makes it look like it's weighted down with too much stuff. Kingdra. Kingdra's pretty cool. It, like, takes a natural progression from what Seadra would do, and I honestly think that it works like that. It works out well. Fanpea is adorable. Your B tier right below, a little bit above. Why are you before Oddish? Okay. Yeah, you're before Wartortle. And then Donphan is high A. Like, this is right there. That's just a cool design when it, like, rolls up into a ball and becomes, like, a tire. That's cool. Let's see. Porygon 2. They decided to take the original Porygon and sand down those edges a bit. Didn't really do much to make it any better, though. This is honestly pretty comparable. I think I prefer the original polygonal one. Stantler. Stantler is worse than Giraffig because it's got a giant butt. I don't know. It doesn't look like it's trying too much. Like they just said, "Hey, let's make another deer." You know, it's all it is. Smeargle has the soul of an artist, and that's okay. I like Smeargle quite a bit. Quite a bit, actually. I think I like it a little more than Shuckle. Just a cute little dog design. Tyrogue I never really cared for. I mean, I like Hitmonlee already a lot. Hitmonchan is just okay. Tyrogue, you're low C, and Hitmontop, you're right next to Hitmonchan. Like Capoeira instead of punching or kicking. It's cool. Smoochum is as bad as Jinx, just baby form. Elekid is a little worse than Electabuzz, but it's more because he's got a plug for a head, which just seems weird to me. I don't know. And then Magby, I don't like Magmar to begin with, and Magby is at least an improvement because like it focuses a little bit more on like the hair and stuff like that. It's okay. Miltank is creepy. That's about all I can say about Miltank. You're right next to Tauros, I'd say, in terms of overall design. Where the hell's Tauros on here? Where'd I put Tauros? Oh, God. Am I just blind? Have I been staring at this for too long? I didn't put Tauros up that high, did I? Tauros is basic as shit. Where the hell did I put Tauros? You're not an A, are you, Tauros? You better not be. Where did you go, Tauros? There you are. I'm just blind. Yeah. Miltank is a little bit better because it's just cuter. And, it's not like, just make a cow like we did with the bull. They at least made it look more like a Pokemon than this thing, Blissey is a little too much when compared to Chansey. I think it's probably comparable to these two. Actually, I'm actually going to put it down here with these two because it just takes a design that already worked and adds not enough to it to really make it look better. I don't know. Legendary dogs. Raikou doesn't really have like a good theming to it. It's just electric with cloud and other weird stuff. I don't know. Raikou was always the weak link of the trio for me. Still decent design. I'd say it's probably better than Ampharos. Or yeah, I'd say it's about there. Entei, dope design, pretty high up there. I'd say probably right there next to Kabuto. And then Suicune is the best of the three. Definitely an A tier for me. I like Growlithe just a little bit more than I do it. So, my headphones. Why have you forsaken me, headphones? I need to listen to my lo-fi so I don't go insane. Okay. Larvitar. This little thing is pissed and I love him. I mean, he's about the same as Eevee for me. But then Puppetsar, you know, it's basically just Metapod. It's just these two. Again, that's all it is. Larvitar, or Tyranitar, however. Tyranitar is definitely an S tier, probably below, just below Caesar, I'd say. Like, that's just an awesome Pokemon. And then again, you went and ruined it and gave him too many goddamn spikes. Why? Why? Who thought this was needed? Who thought it was a good idea? Whatever. Lugia has hands for wings, and that's pretty damn cool. You're about as cool as Suicune. Ho-Oh is just Firo, but at Pride. And actually, that's about what I would compare it to. Celebi is a Psychic Onion who I never really thought was great. I think Sunkern and it looks like a cross. Actually, now that I look at it side by side, Sunkern and Chikorita combine to make Celebi. None of you can tell me otherwise. Alright, Gen 3. Okay, that one took considerably less time. It was also less Pokemon, so that'll happen. We got Trico. How many more do I got? Oh my god, so many. So many more to go. Okay. Trico is pretty good. I don't know. He's not quite upper echelon. I like him a little more in Wartortle. He's cool. These two lose me quickly. I'm just putting you there because... And I'll put you with the other Mega Evolutions. You two are okay, but this is a C tier for me, probably above Bayleaf. And then him with his giant ass weird hedge of a tail just doesn't do it for me. Honestly, this Blastoise is a lot better off. Torchic is all adorable as all heck. You're right there. Your evolution is weird and you're worse than Charmeleon. And Blaziken is right up there next to Torchic. Like, these are two fantastic designs with this thing sandwiched in the middle, and I don't get it. Ah, shit. Didn't mean to do that. Okay. Okay, we got Mega Blaziken. It is a bit much, but it's mostly like contained. Like, you got the flowy flames coming off the arms and like the slightly better headdress. It's not nearly as bad, but I think I'd put it like right there. Mudkip is cute. I don't know if I would name it one of my favorites. I think it's honestly just a high B tier. Yeah. Its evolution is right there next to Chicken Legs. It's a little worse than Chicken Legs. And Swampert is actually not much better. Like, these two are just kind of meh overall, if you ask me. But this Beefcake is probably the best Mega Evolution of the bunch of those three. I like it a little more than Phanpy, honestly. Like, just look at him. He'll kill you. Poochyena, you are certainly a dog. This is another one of those basic ones. Like, it's slightly better than Snake, but that's about it. Mightyena does at least a bit of a better job of making it look distinct and unique. So I'll at least put it up here above the Rock Rhino. Zigzagoon, the regular one, is okay. Like, I think it's actually about right there with Poochyena, and Lanoon is just weird and slinky. Galarian Poochyena is just awesome. Like, it's Kiss. It's just great. I don't know who thought of it, but you deserve a medal. I'll honestly say it's low B tier, if I'm being honest. It's above Galarian Slowpoke for sure. And it's like kind of comparable there. Like, this one just looks gross to me for some reason. The other one looks fine. Wurmple is worse than Caterpie because it's just a worm. I don't know, it tries to do a little too much to be different from Caterpie, I think. But it doesn't do enough to really make it distinct or look good. Then you got these little guys who are just... they're balls with spikes. That's it. So both of those go there. Beautifly is kind of cute. Not as good as Butterfree, though. And I would say, honestly, it's a high C tier. Dustox is... It looks like something the Joker came up with. And not in a good way. So I think this one's another D tier. Lotad is great. I love this little Kappa with the lily pad on its head. You're just slightly better than Ditto. Lombre, it loses something. Like, it starts looking more like a racist caricature than a Pokemon, which is not great. But it's still an okay design. And yes, Ludicolo is a racist caricature. Like, it very much is. It's just giant pineapple with a dopey smile and sombrero. But I fucking love him. He's one of my favorite Pokemon. Like, I can't... He's... Yeah. He's S tier for me. It's just... It's such a happy design. I love it. It's so cute. C-Dot is pretty... Or not C-Dot. C-Dot is about the same as Sunkern, only a little bit better because it's got cute little nub feet. Then we got Nuzleaf, who looks like the Shiftry looks like a Naruto character. This looks like a Boruto character, I guess. I don't watch either, so I don't know what I'm talking about there. Nuzleaf is okay. I like him actually a little less than Tyro. Yeah, like they look kind of comparable to me. Shiftry is badass though. Like, I'd say this one is definitely right there. Tailo and Swellow, they're more birds. They're better than Pidgey. Better than Yanma, at least. And I'll do that. No, I like the bird better than the bugs. So, we'll do that. Wingull is a cute little seagull. Kind of cute, kind of fun, kind of adorable. You know, it's a seagull. Feed it a french fry, he'll be your best friend. I'd say probably it's better than Golduck. But Wingull is hella good. Like, just giant... Or, oh, Pelipper. That's what this is. Pelipper. You're better than Bulbasaur. Like, look at that guy. He's awesome. Then we got Ralts. Ralts is cute. Kind of okay. Like it better than some of these other Pokemon in C tier, at least. You're right about there. You're a little bit better than Gligar. Kirlia. Yeah, Kirlia. I don't know. Something gets lost with Kirlia. It just doesn't look as fun. It looks like it's trying to be the dancing equivalent of Hitmontop. So I think I'll put it right there. Gardevoir. Little overrated, if you ask me. Not a bad design. Not a bad Pokemon competitively. I don't get the hype. It's not one of the best designs out there. It's high B, if anything. Like, I would put it right here. Like, it's still high up on the list. Not one of the better ones, if you ask me, though. And the same with, like, the Mega Evolution. It's just the same. Like, this is how a Mega Evolution that's just okay. In fact, I'm going to put it down in C tier, because it doesn't really do much of anything except give her more flowy dress tendrils. Surskit, basic but cute design. That's right there. And then you are Masquerain. I always forget you exist because it's just a little bit much going from this to this. So I think I like you a little bit less than a seal. Shroomish. Shroomish is fine. Low B tier. A little bit better than Pupitar. Breloom is kind of cool. I don't know how you get Shroomish into Breloom, but you do somehow. So that's just what you get. Breloom. No, I like him more than a tree. I like him more than a... Yeah, I think that works out well for that. Slackoth. That's what it was. Slagoth is cute. Sloth Pokemon. What are you gonna... Can't say anything really bad about that. It's a little bit better than... Kangaskhan. Vigoroth, just, you lose something. Like, it's not lazy. It's just evil, mad. Like, whatever. It's not great. I don't know. It loses something for me. It's a little bit worse than Flaffy. And then Slacking. Slacking is dope. Like, this guy just does not care. He's on the same level as Snorlax in a lot of ways. But the weird pig nose kind of is a turnoff in a way for me in terms of design. And I don't know. Something about it just... Snorlax is more timeless, I think. So I think I'll put Slacking just below Machamp. Because he's still awesome. Like, it's a really cool design. But just not one that I would want to... Not one that I'm particularly ecstatic about, if that makes sense. Nincada. This is the one that when it evolves, it can turn into... Or it can have like a... Shedinja, I think, right? I think so. I think that's the one I'm thinking of. Oh yeah, it's right here. What am I talking about? Nincada itself is okay. It's certainly better than some of the other major bug Pokemon. Like, it's probably closer to Ledion in terms of overall. Ninjask is a little ninja flying bug, and that's kind of cool. I like him a little less than Parasect. Shedinja is fucking weird, and I love it. Like, it's just the carcass of a Pokemon, and that's a weird as hell thought process to try and, like, wrap your head around. Because, like, oh my god, this Pokemon is dead. Like, and it's not a ghost. I mean, it is a ghost, but you know what I mean. I don't know. This one was always really cool to me, so I think, right, he's design-wise, I like it a little bit better than Entei, honestly. Entei's cool, just has a little bit much more going on, so. Whismur. Whismur is a sad, lonely, shy child. So you'll be here next to a bug and a bird. Loudred is just kind of funny. Like, it's just ice cream. And I like that a little bit more than Golbat. But then Exploud, like, another situation of you went a little too far. Like, you didn't need to have this much going on. This one's D tier. It's like, it's even worse than Electrode in my mind. So Makuhita. I always had a soft spot for these two. Hariyama got me through X and Y and all of that. Makuhita's kind of a cute little beanbag. Better than Snubble. Hariyama's design's a little busy, but it kind of looks like a sumo wrestler of sorts, like all gussied up and everything, so that's kind of cool. I think I'll get it just above Ampharos there. That's pretty nice. Azuriel's dumb. I'm not huge on most baby Pokemon, and this one's one of those. Yeah, that works. Nose Pass. Giant stone nose. That's it. Like, who thought of this one? Like, I get it's like a Easter Island idol or something like that, but I don't know. Yeah, I'll put you next to the Rock Rhino. Skitty. Skitty's cute. That's a cute little kitty design. You're a little bit better than Sandshrew. Delkitty, it kind of lose me. Like, it's not as cute. It just looks like it's trying too hard to justify its evolution in a way. But it's still cute, especially when compared to some other evolutions. So I will put it just after Meryl. Sable is a demon, and I love it. A little jewel thief. I like you a little bit better than Wooper, actually. So we'll put you there. And then its Mega Evolution is just perfect. Like, I honestly think this is right there. Because it's just, I have giant gem, try to hit me. Mawile. Mawile was always one of those designs where it's like, really? People like this? I personally don't get behind it. I don't like it as much. This is honestly mid-C tier to me. Like, Wobbuffet's cooler. Mawile Mega Evolution is D tier. Like, it's another one where it's trying too hard, but it's not trying way too hard, you know? Aeron's a cute boy. You're a little bit less than Gligger. Lairon, is that how you pronounce it right? Lairon? I think so. Lairon is worse. Not by a whole lot, I would say. Like, it's probably here. And then Aggron is improvement over both of them. It's just a little bit better than Rhydon, in my opinion. Like, it's beefy and cool. And then you got this. This sad looking motherfucker. Let's see if I can get a bigger picture here for y'all. Yeah, cause just look at that. Like, why? The original design was already a lot. You didn't need to have this much more added on to it, you know? So, this one's going to be another, yeah, I'll put him down here. Yeah, I like that. Meditate. Little onion boy. He's okay. Better than Tyrogue, at least. And then Medicham, got his weird little Aladdin pants, hammer pants going on. You're better than Mawile, that's for sure. Your Mega Evolution, not so much. You're actually kind of down here again. Electrek's a good electric dog boy. You're better than Angry Rat. Manectric, you got weird polygonal looking Super Saiyan hair. So I think you're actually close to that. And then this is, again, way too much. Plusle and Minun. Cute idea, separating them out. They're about the same design-wise, so gotta kind of keep them together. They're a little bit better than Sandshrew, I'd say. Volbeat and Illumise are basically the same. Overall, in terms of like body shape and stuff, like obviously they have different antennas and patterns and stuff like that, but you're a little worse than a coughing cloud. Rosalie is kind of a cute little plant Pokemon. It's just flowers that got up and walked away one day. Not bad. A little bit better than Curlia, I think. Gulpin is okay. It's just kind of basic. Where's Shroomish? Where'd I put that? Did I put Shroomish up high? Yeah, it's a little worse than Shroomish. And then Swalot, rather, is a little bit better than... Actually, probably close to Grimer, I'd say. Carvanha's a pissed off fish, and I love it. You're a little bit better than Vaporeon. Sharpedo's even better. You're almost as good as these Mega Evolutions. Your Mega Evolution is not great. Let's see. How many more do I got? I got quite a few. Okay. We've been going for 2 hours, and I'm almost done with Gen 3 of 8. Okay, so we got Whalmer. A whale of a tail if I ever did sail. I like you better than Lapras, actually, and for Alligator, so we'll put you there. Wailord is basically the same, just slightly better. Numel, I kind of forget you two exist half the time. So I guess they're kind of poor designs. Yeah, we'll do that. Camerupt at least has more over it, so I'll put it like next to Magcargo here. Your Mega Evolution is dumb. Torkoal. Torkoal's a fire turtle, right? Yeah, just pure fire. So... there we go. Spoink is dumb. Like, it's kind of funny that it has that whole flavor text thing where, like, oh, if it stops bouncing, it dies. That's kind of fun, but that's it. I don't know. It's a pig on a spring. That's all it is. You're slightly better than a pine cone. You upset me more than Mr. Mime does. Spinda's basically Teddy Ursa, but with randomly changing patterns constantly. So I'll at least, like, it's enough to give it like its own little bump up. How does Trapinch go from this to this? Like, I don't get the evolution here. But either way, Trapinch is a good little digger boy. Better than Diglett. Vibrava is not that great. I actually like you less than most of those bugs. And Flygon is a cool looking like it looked like it took two kites and made them into wings. That's kind of a cute little idea. I like you better than Meganium. Cacnea, yeah. Is another little ball of hate. You'll go right here. And you give me the creeps. You go right there. Swablu. Swablu is adorable. And its Pokedex entry says that it'll make it, like, it'll pretend to be a hat for people who don't have hats. That's just a random thing I know because I made a comic about it once. I like you a lot. Not quite as much as Natu, though. And then Altaria, you're about the same, just slight improvement, I'd say. Big fluffier cloud. And this is Mega Altaria, which, holy crap, I can't even see anything from this low angle, so why do I care? You don't know, you're the worst one so far, so. Then we got Zangoose. Zangoose. Not bad. It looks okay. Like, it's just a pissed off looking rockstar ferret. Not as cool as Sandslash in my mind. I think it's cooler. I think it's right there. And then the Mortal Enemy Viper. This is how you make a snake Pokemon. Not with this bullshit. With this bullshit, okay? This is a dope-ass snake. That is an A for sure. Just below Sableye, I'd say. Alright, Lunatone and Solrock. They're a moon and a sun. The moon is worse because it's just kind of basic. You're a little bit better than Wigglytuff. The sun at least looks jagged and warped and weird. So I'll at least put them up here above, like, them. Because that's kind of a cool way to do a sun. They could have just done, like, a ball with eyes, you know. Barboach is worse than Remoraid because it's just a tube. So where'd I put Remoraid? Where'd I put Remoraid? This is why I normally don't just put them in where I think they would fit. I usually just put them into the thing and then let it decide from there. Where did you go, you stupid fish? Alright, we'll put him next to Mantine. Where'd Remoraid go? I don't know. Whiscash is kind of dopey looking, and usually that gets points for me, so I'm willing to give it. Helps if I drag it. Get some points up from there, so yeah, I like him a little bit more than Mareep. Then we got Corphish. Corphish is dopey. I like him. You're right there. Your evolution, not so much. This thing is just weird as all hell. It's like right next to Exploud, I'd say. Baltoy is like a clay doll, like a spinning clay doll thing. Not bad. Cool idea. But just kind of basic looking, I'd say. Probably right there. Clay, that's Baltoy. Clay doll is this one, and Clay doll gets like a bump up to just above Noseboy here. Lileep and Cradily. Lileep is... It looks kind of cool. Like it's got little dreads or whatever. But not much better than the rocks. Cradily at least bumps up a little bit more. Because like that's menacing looking as all hell. Anorith is about here. And Armaldo is about here next to this. Like they just kind of swap off. So... Phoebus, like the ugly duckling story, like it's right next to Magikarp. That's kind of cute. How this is its evolution, I won't know, but this is a high B tier, I'd say. Below Gardevoir for me. The cloud that can change depending on the weather. That's kind of cool. Like, the various designs are a lot better than the base one. So I think this is just going to be a mid-C, like right there. This one's okay. It's a little bit better than, like, Tentacruel. This one is probably the best one. So I'll put it at, like, low B tier. And then the Sun one, like, this could have been what the Sun Solrock could have been. So I'll actually put it right next to Solrock. Like, these could have basically just been the same thing. What are you? Kecleon. I forget about Kecleon. There's so many Pokemon now. It's so hard to keep track of them all. Kecleon is not bad. It's not great. It looks like it's just someone drew their chameleon or whatever. So, it's okay. I'll give it better than Granbull at least. Shuppet. Very simplistic ghost Pokemon design. It's probably right there with Ghastly. But Banette, holy hell, Banette is creepy and I love it. You're definitely better than Mega Gengar, and this is one of the rare cases where like the Mega Evolution for this, I mean, it's busy, but it looks awesome because like, just look at this. Like all the zippers open up, they start getting like demon claws coming out. Like it's cool. I don't know, I like it. This one's actually up there, probably like right there. Yeah, like that. Duskull is another one that's pretty damn cool. It's like a simple ghost Pokemon design, but it's awesome. I think I like it more than Misdreavus. Dusclops is pretty high up there. Like it's actually... Actually, more I look at it, I think I like more than Wailord. Yeah, right there. That actually looks good. Tropius is a weird dino banana bird tree thing. I don't know how else to really describe it. So, it's a weird combination of things. Sort of works. So, I guess that works. I like you a little more than the Priscat, at least. Chimchao, right? I'm not as familiar with Gens 3 and 4. Chimchao, yeah. You're okay. You're better than a ball. Absol is one of my favorite designs. Just... It looks like Todoroki if you focused more on yin and yang and was a Pokemon. But I like him about as much as... I like him a little more than Sneasel. The Mega Evolution, it's a bit much, but not nearly as much as some of the other ones. So I'll at least keep it in a B tier for this one, like a high B tier, a little bit better than Galarian Weezing at least. Why Not is cute. I'm not a huge fan of most Pokemon, but Why Not is just adorable. You're better than Ralts. Snorunt is... cold. I don't know. It looks like it's a little Eskimo with like a triangle head. That's cute. You're better than Spinda. Glalie looks pissed and not, but like in a good way. Better than Electrode and Voltorb at least. And then Glalie Mega Evolution just opening his mouth and constantly shrieking that's just awesome. Like that goes with these boys for sure. Actually, now that I think about it, I like it like that, yeah. Spheal. This is an adorable. It's a ball that's a seal. Like, the original seal could learn from Spheal. Celio just looks like an average seal. Like, it looks... I think it actually just bumps down to right there next to actual seal, because it doesn't do much to really make itself look distinct outside of... It's not much else you can do. And I'm sorry you think Mudkip being in B tier is bad, especially when you consider how much is below Mudkip, Ocean. So you can calm down. Let's see. Walrein. Got distracted there for a sec. Walrein is better than Celio at least, but not nearly as good as Spheal. I think I like it a little less than Horsey. Honestly, it's starting to get a little busy in there. I'm glad it doesn't have a Mega Evolution, otherwise it'd have like a billion more tusks or something. Clamperl. Clamperl looks a little gross. I don't like oysters, so we're gonna put you next to Execute. You are an abomination. You're bottom. Like, go away. I don't even want to say your name for fear of summoning you. Gorbis is okay. It's a little bit better than Clamperl. We're almost done with Gen 3. Got Gen 4 and beyond to go through. It's going to be a while. Relicanth. Relicanth is kind of cool. Fossil fish. You're better than Aron. Love Disc is just a heart fish. Not much else. You're kind of like the moon. Just a little bit better because you're kind of flat, which is cute. Bagon is okay. I mean, low B tier, probably. Aggron, or Shelgon, right? Shelgon, yeah. You're not great. You're a little less than Golem, I would say. Salamence is another really high tier, or probably high B tier, I would say. I'd probably put him above for Alligator, but below Whalmer, yeah. And then the Mega Evolution is alright. It's okay. It's not anything special, spectacular, or anything like that. I'd say... here? No. There. Yeah, like that's kind of cool, but it's getting to the point where it's a bit much, I'd say. Let's see. Metang. Or no, Beldum. Beldum is first. Looks like a weird screwdriver. I don't know what else to say. C tier. Metang is up there a little bit more. I like you more than Whiscash. Metagross is high A tier. Like, this is just a little bit better than Nidoqueen, I'd say. And then when it gets into full-on, like, Transformer Battle Station mode, that's up there. I'd probably say that's the low end of my S tier. Like, that's just top tier. That's awesome. Regirock. Never really got much into the Reggies outside of the Reggie. But he's not a Pokemon, so... Regirock is okay. Probably like a C tier. A little bit better than Golem. Regice is basically the same, only a little worse, because this one at least has like some diversity to it. And I get the point that like the ice is like symmetrical or whatever, but the diversity in this one just makes it look a lot better. Registeel. Now, I know what I said about symmetry a second ago, but this one works well symmetrically, especially with like the eyes and everything like that. It's not much better than these two, but it's probably up to like... It's just below Mega Salamence, I'd say. Latias and Latios are basically indistinguishable. Oh, that sounds like fun. Yeah, I never really played through. I played through Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, or Omega Ruby, but I didn't play the games when they came out initially, so I kind of had to troubleshoot my way through the puzzles. They weren't that hard. Latias. Latias is pretty cute. I like him a little more than Dratini. And Latios is basically the same. So they can just go right there together. The Mega Evolutions, which... Wait, are these Mega? Yeah, they're Mega Evolutions. They're weird. Like, they just add too much. I don't really care as much for these. They're kind of with the other Mega Evolutions. Kyogre is a B tier. Little less than Lapras, I would say. Because I could see like these two kind of being part of the same family, potentially, if there was like a mid-evolution. Kyogre, or Groudon, rather, is a lot better. Like, I think it's a more fun design. A little less than Mudkip. But slightly better than Mega Absol, so... And then Rayquaza is just a cool flying snake dragon, like a serpent. And I'd actually put him right next to Gyarados because it's just, they're awesome. All three of their, like, I think they're their mega forms, technically. What are they? Or is it primal, or whatever it is? These forms, they're just the same but glowing for these two. So I'm just gonna put them next to them, just a little worse off, because they're not really much to differentiate them. It's just okay. But then you got Mega Rayquaza, which does too much. It's like Rayquaza itself was already fine. You didn't need to add this much. I like you right there next to the Blaziken because for the same reason of like the flowy bits are cool, but there's just a little too much going on. Jirachi reminds me of Celebi, and I don't really care that much for Celebi, as I said. So I'm going to put these two next to each other. Deoxys is pretty cool. I think this weird, like, Power Rangers looking Carapace one is the coolest one of the bunch, but even then it's only like low A tier. This one just too spindly, too noodly. This is probably the low C tier one of the bunch. This one kind of high C tier, right next to Salamence, and regular Deoxys is just a little bit below. Just a little bit below him here. Yeah, we'll give the Maybelline triplets a little bit higher up than him. Okay. So with that, we're at Gen 4. It only took us 2 hours to get there. Alright. What do we got? Well, at least this gen's a lot smaller, so... Turtwig. Turtwig's a cute little turtle boy. Not quite as cute as some of the other starters, but still cute. Better than Chikorita, I would say. A little bit better than Ivysaur. Grottle, I don't know. This one always just looks like Spike from The Land Before Time. Like, I can't get that image out of my head, so that's what he is. He looks dopey as heck. He's a little bit better than Sceptile. But then Torterra, that's just a cool design. And I'd say he's a little bit better than... I'm actually going to do that. Actually, that. Yeah, he's just a little bit better than regular Execute. So, or Executor. Chimchar's up there. Chimchar's a good fire. Good little man. He is better than Quilava. That's about it. The Pokemon before... The Pokemon before time would have been Palkia. That's the one that controls time, isn't it? Or would it be Mew? I don't know, there's so many things that you could say would be technically the Pokemon before time. Monferno kind of loses something to me. It's not as great, not as fun. You're a little bit better than Magby, though. And this Wukong, Journey to the West looking motherfucker is awesome. You're right there next to Blaziken. Piplup is adorable. Cute little penguin. Actually right next to Mudkip, I'd say. They're both about the same in terms of adorableness to me. Priplup, or Prinplup, or however the hell you pronounce it, is kind of like Monferno in that it's a step down, only I don't think it's better than Magby. I think it's right here. And then Empoleon is okay. It's better than Prinplup, but I think it's about there. Which one? Which one do you think should be top tier? You thinking Piplup? Okay, Piplup. Piplup's okay. Like, it's not bad. There's Pokemon I prefer. Starly. Starly is better than you. You're right there. Little shit on the beak is. Why do you want to hurt me? You are just dopey. Go to there. Staraptor's pretty cool. You're about the same as Pidgeot, actually. In fact, I like you a little bit more than Pidgeot. Bidoof is dopey. Cute, but dopey. And I don't know how much I like... how much I like it really and how much I like it unironically. I know that it's... Bibarel looks ugly, though. This one's going right there. I honestly think Bidoof is like a low B tier, like right here. It's gotten a reputation for being the dopey Pokemon, so that's what you get. Kricketot. I don't know, it kinda reminds me of a Lumice and Volbeat. So I'm gonna put them there. Kricketune is cool. Like this looks like it could be a cello that could play itself, and that's kind of fun. So that's kind of a cute little idea for a bug Pokemon. We'll put you right above Weeping Bell. Shinx is one of my personal favorites. I don't care what you say. Shinx is top tier, right below Sneasel. Is just a good boy. It's not in here, but I actually have like a giant Shinx plush, so. Luxray. Is this one Luxray? Luxio. Luxio loses something. I think it just drops down like right around where Houndour is. But then Luxray jumps back up to A tier at least, to right about where Houndoom is actually. Because that feels awesome. I'm feeling better. I haven't been coughing as much as I have the past couple days, but hey, I'm able to talk again. I'm able to do all this stuff, and just, hey, I'm here streaming, so that's good. We got Budew. Budew is basic as all heck. It's worse than Voltorb. Roserade is pretty damn cool. Like Luchador Flowers, I like you better than Blossom. You're just awesome. Cranidos. I keep having to refer to the list because I don't remember half of these Pokemon. Cranidos is okay looking. I mean, it's got the giant head to like bash into stuff, and then its evolved form, it kind of works off of that, so that's kind of cool. I don't know. It looks okay. It looks pretty basic. You're like right there. And then this one is Rampardos, which is a little bit better than that. So I'll put you right there, I think. Yeah. Shieldon. Shieldon's cute. I don't want it to hurt his little face, though. Don't hurt the little face. You're better than Diglett, but not quite as good as Bidoof. You're ugly. You're put you right there. Like, this is another one of it's too much. Like, this looks like a third evolution when there's only 2 of them, you know? We got the Burmese, which they're all basically the same. So, I wish I could multi-select. Like, that would be kind of cool. But whatever. Their basic is all hell. They're better than some of these other ones, but they're all just like right here. I like the yellow one the most for no real reason. Just, it looks chunky. And then these ones, they at least have like a little bit more to them, like each individual, so they'll be bumped up to at least a C tier. Not much though, like they're just kind of okay. So we got Mothim. Mothim is pretty cool. Where's Beautifly? It looks better than that. Where did Beautifly go? It's below Butterfree, I know that much. Actually, no, I think it goes like right there. I like Pidgeot a little bit more than you, so. Combee! Combee's adorable. It's a little flying buzz. Right there. And Vespiquen, right? Yeah, Vespiquen. You're a little much by comparison, so I'll put you just below Rosalia. Pachirisu! This Pokemon, or this generation's Pikachu wannabe. It's okay. It looks cute. A little bit better than Snobble. Alright, now, Weasel. I'm a huge fan of otters. Weasel is an otter. I love him. He's adorable. He's one of my favorites. He is up there just below Snorlax. And then Floatzel, you just get a bit too much with him. Like, I like it, but not nearly as much. So we're going to put you right before Galarian Slowbro. Cheerum, or Cherubi, because Cheerum is the evolved form. It's some cherries. It's better than these guys. This one's not much better, but this one is cute. This Cheerum. So we'll put you right before these ones. Then we got Shellos and Gastrodon, which they're cute. I don't know why. Yeah, it's just gender differences. Okay. The Shellos are kind of cute. Not terribly, though. A little bit better than Barboach, I would say. I'd actually say this one's a little bit better than Snubble. And then these ones, about the same, honestly. Like, I think they honestly just kind of go like this. Like, this one's the cutest one of them, and these ones are all just kind of meh by comparison. Not by much, again, but just enough. Ambipom. Your base form was enough. I don't like the fact that you have more arms. It's weird. You're basically a Mega Evolution. So, we'll do that. Drifloon is freaky as fuck, and I love its super simple design. You're a little bit better than Meryl. Drifblim gets a little bit too much, I think. A little bit too out there. So, yeah, just below Mega Rayquaza or whatever that thing is called. Like, it's a pretty drastic step down, but that's kind of how I feel about it. Baneri is kind of cute. I don't know, low B tier. Probably like right there. Lopunny is a little bit better, not by much. I like Ampharos a bit more. Mega Lopunny, little bit too much, but not in that bad, like over the top, like way too many things sort of way. So I think we can go next to Salamence here. Miss Magius, pretty cool evolution for Misdreavus. It's actually about comparable, I would say. So where is Misdreavus? They're up in A? No, Misdreavus is in B. Pretty sure. This is the worst part, trying to search. There you are. I like you a little bit more in Misdreavus. You got a little bit more going on, but that's fine. It actually works out well for that. Haunchcrow is a boss, like a mob boss, and that's kind of dope. I like it a little bit more than Psyduck, I'd say. Glameow is another basic looking cat. Nothing really too special about you, so I'll put you in just below Snobble. Perugly is ugly as all hell, but it works it. You're just a bit above Clefable. Chingling. Yeah, you're kind of cute. Little ties on, and it's a little bell. It's not bad. Not great, but I like you better than a spider. Skuntank, or Stunky. This one's Stunky, then it's Skuntank. Stunky. I don't know, you're a little bit better than Coughing. And Skuntank. God, it's hard to say the name. About the same, honestly. I mean, it's just... This is just a Stunky who slicked its tail up to try and cover up a bald spot. Bronzor is a disc. He's a little frisbee made out of metal. So we'll go ahead and just slot him right above Magnemite. Bronzong is awesome. It's a big bell. Better than Bayleaf, that's for sure. Not better than Mithang, though, so yeah, that's about right. Bonsly. I actually like Bonsly better than Sudowoodo. Because this looks like you're planting a tree, whereas Sudowoodo just looks like someone dressed up as a tree. Like, it's just kind of meh. So we'll put you above Galarian Sandshrew. Where is the next gen? Next gen's here. So once I get to Victini, I think I'm going to call it once I get to Victini. Do a part 2 at some point in the near future, just because is getting too much on my throat. So Mime Jr. I hate Mr. Mime. Mime Jr.'s a little bit better though. You're a little bit better than Explode. Happiny, you're okay. Chatot is right there next to Chingling. This weird whirly-durly looking motherfucker is... Where's Ghastly again? Ghastly's down here. Yeah, you're a little bit better than Ghastly. I like Shuppet a bit more though. Gibble! Gibble's cute. He looks like he would just bite at your ankles. I like him right about there. Gabble? Gabite. That's Gabite. Not an improvement over Gibble, but not too terrible, so I'd say like right about there. Garchomp is yeah, it's a pretty badass looking dragon, so I'll go ahead and slot him into the A tier here. Probably right there next under Bennett. And the Mega Garchomp, you went too high up next to that sun, Icarus. You flew too close to the sun. Munchlax. Munchlax is cute. Not as good as regular Snorlax, but at least good enough to be a high B tier. Railu is... I'm not a fan of Lucario. I'm not. Railu is baby Lucario. Like, they're both just going to be mid C tier, probably. Like, or I guess high C tier, because I like them more than Regirock. And then this is fine. Honestly, this is more just a design that didn't need to happen. Like, it didn't need to have this much added to it, sort of thing. So, well, yeah, we'll just keep it next to the regular Lucario. It's okay. Hippopotas or Hippopotamus, however you pronounce this one. I thought this was actually the first shiny I ever got, which cool. Nothing special to it. A little bit worse than those things. This Hippo down, on top of being able to say its name better, is awesome because it's like breaching out of the sand, and that's really cool. I think you are better than yeah, you're right about there. We got Skorupi. It's a oh, an Oddish. That's cute. God, what? I lost my train of thought suddenly. Skorupi is okay. Low C tier, honestly. Drapion is pretty, like, Skorupi just doesn't do enough, I think. Like, Drapion is one of those instances where it's like, more is better, because, like, he's got arms coming out of his head. Like, that's just, it's weird, but cool, and I love it. So I'll at least bump it up to B tier above Aerodactyl. Croagunk looks like a little punk. I don't know. I've always had a bit of a soft spot for Croagunk. Something about the type matching worked out well, and just the design is kind of cute. So he's up there. He's high B, above Sandshrew probably. His evolved form Toxicroak, about the same actually, kind of like Sandshrew, Sandslash. Actually, these two are about comparable in my mind. They could honestly be swapped around and nothing would change. Carnivine. Carnivine is better than a cactus and a tree dinosaur. Better than Survivor. Yeah, it's about there. Finian. Just fish. It's all you are. You go next to Remoraid. You are at least a little bit better. You can at least go up there, because you at least have like the weird flappy ears. Mantike is adorable. Mantine is already kind of cute, but Mantike is just like, let's make the chibi version of that. So you get to be high above Plusle and Minum. Snover is a C tier, just kind of there. I like you a little bit more than Lucario. Abomasnow is A tier, just big boy, big Yeti lad with a face full of mustache. Go next to Natsu. And then his Mega Evolution. Just all they had to do, they just made him a giant. Like, holy hell. That's kind of cool, actually. I don't think I've ever actually seen that, because I don't think I ever had an Abomasnow when I got its Mega Stone, so I honestly don't know. Either way, this thing looks dope as hell. I don't know if it's better. It's not better. It's probably a B tier. Probably right here next to Galarian Gigantamax Lapras. Weavile. I prefer Sneasel. Weavile's okay. High C tier. Then we got Magnezone, which is certainly an improvement over these two. It's still just kind of a C tier though. Actually about the same as Sneasel, now that I think about it. Licky is worse than Lickitung, and I already don't like Lickitung that much. So, Licky goes down below Electrode. Rhyperior just seems like too much to me. Like this overly complex design, especially compared to Rhydon's sleek and simple one by comparison. I think I'd put it just above Mega Kangaskhan, which still bothers me. Tangrowth is a lot cooler than Tangela, just because, like, it's so much more, and I think that works well in its favor. So I think I'm going to put it right here, next to Mischievous and Machop. Electivire, I don't know if I would put it up here next to Electabuzz and Elekid in, where to put them? Here in the B tier. Still B tier, not quite as cool. Probably less than this other Mega Charizard. Magmortar, an improvement over Magmar, but not by much. I think I'll put you just above Camerupt. And then Togetic, again, an improvement. Or Togekiss over Togetic, but really not by a whole lot. Like, that's the difference between those two in my mind. Yanmega, though. Yanmega is hella cool. Like, this... Yanma is a dragonfly, and that's it. Yanmega is a dragonfly who will kill you. And that one goes right about here, actually, I'd say. In the A tier. Leafeon. Leafeon and Glaceon are two of the weaker evolutions, I'd say, in terms of overall design. They just don't really do a whole lot. Like, yeah, they added leaves. Woo. They made it... Like, this barely even looks like ice. It just looks blue. You know? So, like, Glaceon's probably my least favorite, but it's still cute, so I'd at least put it down in, like, lower C tier. Leafeon is just upper C tier. Probably before Kirlia. We got Gliscor? Yeah, Gliscor. Which, Gligor is okay. I think I put him in B tier. Yeah, B tier. Gliscor is another one where it's like trying a little too hard, so I think it's probably mid C tier right after Lucario. Mamoswine is a big bulking bastard. A little bit better than Ursaring, I would say. Porygon and Porygon 2 are kind of similar. Porygon Z at least tries to be a lot more unique than those two, and it works. Like, this thing looks unhinged. Like it's a rogue AI or something, and that's pretty cool. I like the idea of that. So that one gets bumped up like to right there. Gallade, I always preferred over Gardevoir, because Gardevoir is, again, I think a little overhyped if I'm being honest. But it's about the same. Like, there's not much of a... You can't really say that one is better than the other because they're basically the same. Only the difference is one doesn't have a whole lot of Rule 34 about them. Mega Gallade is, again, kind of like with Gardevoir. It's about the same, just a little worse, I want to say. Where did I put Mega Gardevoir? Right here, yeah. I'd say that's about comparable. Probopass, well, Nosepass is kind of weird just because it's like a Tiki idol with a too big nose. Probopass is more of that, but it works, if that makes sense. Like, the mustache honestly does a lot of heavy lifting here, so... This one, where's Nosepass? I think I put him in C tier. Yeah, right there in C. He's a low B tier Probopass. A little bit better than... I'd say right there. A little bit better than Aeron. Now, Dusk Noir. Dusclops is pretty damn cool. Dusk Noir is much cooler. Like, where did I put Dusk Noir? Or Dusclops. Did I put him in A tier? No, I put him in B tier, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, there he is. Dusk Noir is an A tier, and I think it's comparable to Haunter in a lot of ways with just how creepy these two are. These two will grab you and you will not have a good time. And we got Frostlass. It's certainly a unique design, I'll give it that. And that's kind of a fun thing for some of these Pokemon. It's hard to really say if it's hard for me to really say if it's good or bad because it's just kind of okay overall. I don't know. I'm willing to at least give it a... It's a little bit better than... right there. That works. It's cool, like, the little hands are there, and then all of the... Like, if there was less... If it was a little bit more succinct, I think it would be a little higher. Because there's, like, a lot of different ideas, like the weird wings, or the sleeve wings, the bow in the back, the eyeballs being sunken in like it's wearing a skull. There's a lot of stuff about Frostlass that's cool, just... It's enough to make it a little bit of a problem at the same time. Rotom! I like Rotom. It's very cute, very simple. Little spark bug. I know it's not really a bug, but I always saw it as a spark bug. I think I like Deoxys just a little tiny bit more than it, though, so we'll put it there. Then you got all its different forms. This one is electric flying, which is a weird combination, which I don't know why you would want it, but the design is okay. You got the refrigerator, which just makes it look like it's got a chest. And not the, like, yeah. I like the microwave one. The microwave one is kind of cute. I think it's actually comparable to the regular Rotom, so put him up there. Same with the lawnmower, because this one just looks so unhinged, and I love it. Like, yes, I'm going to chop you to bits. Ah! And then the washing machine, it's cute, but I don't like that it's holding a hose. It's a little suggestive. So you're going right here. Oh, I always forget how these ones are. This one's Uxie? I don't know. UXIE. These are all the same. There's no real difference there other than color. This one's just the Sleepy Boy. And the Sleepy Boy is there. I like this one a little bit more than the other two, so he'll be in the front. And then... yeah, so it'll go Mesprit, Azelf, and Uxie. Dialga. Kind of a lot for a design. But it works at the same time because like how it's a legendary and all that. So this one will at least get up in the B tier. It's definitely better than Ivysaur, Raikou. I think right here, between these two. Between Aggron and Rhydon. And then... Palkia looks like a giant pee-pee. I should make an extra tier just for 69 jokes. I don't know, this one doesn't actually do as much for me. I think I like Raikou just a little bit more. Who are you? Heatran? Oh, right, I forget Heatran exists. So lower C tier, I guess. Gigagigas. You're kind of cool, unique compared to some of the other Reggies, so I'll put you next to Registeel. Giratina is fucking terrifying, and I love it. He's better than Seviper. And then this weird wavy, like, ghost dragon version of it, like, I think I like the Ghost Dragon version a little bit more, but both of these are just about the same in terms of overall comparability, and I like them. So, there you go. Cresselia? Yeah, Cresselia. I got it. This one almost looks like it'd be an evolution to Milotic, rather than a separate Pokemon in itself. That said, I like Milotic more. So, where did I put Milotic? I put it up in A tier, didn't I? I did not. I don't know where I put it. Oh, there it is. High B tier. Yeah, that works. I like you a little bit more or a little less, more or less. We'll go like that, actually. Okay. We got Fione and Manaphy. They're, again, basically the same. I'm just going to lump these two with your weird cousins, because you're basically the same things. Like, it's not great. Darkrai. Darkrai is edgy as all hell, but looks still kind of cool. So, high B tier. I like you a little less than the deranged Rotom. The Shaman puppy version is a little cute. Not much else to really say. I like it better than Ivysaur and Turtwig, that's for sure. The, like, anime about a dog Shaman, not as much. This one's probably more high C tier, like just below you. Arceus, for basically being Pokemon God, only looks okay. I mean, clearly Pokemon were not made in his image. Like you just a little bit more than Galarian Machamp there. And Victini. Victini is adorable, small, and cute, and I like it more than Chimchar. Alright, how are we sitting? I got so many more. Let's see. 13, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. I got a lot more to go, and my voice is ready to give out. So, I might check out Legends Arceus. It'll probably be like with Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, where I won't get in until later, just because there are other games I would rather play. But I think for now I'm gonna call this stream here. Maybe on Tuesday. On Tuesday, I think I'll finish it up. Yeah. Because I want to start doing regular streams on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and that'll work out. It'll be a good, nice continuation. It'll give me somewhere to go from there. So I'm going to cap this off here for now. So thank you all for watching. I hope I didn't upset you too much, or if I did, I honestly don't care. It's my opinion. Whatever. Thanks, Ocean. I'll try and feel better. We'll see what happens over the next couple days. But overall, yeah, I'm just gonna call it here. I'm also getting a little hungry, so yeah, we'll call it here. I will come back on Tuesday to finish this up, and then after that, I was actually thinking of starting the Pokemon Nuzlocke that I've wanted to do for a while in Pokemon Sword and Shield. So feel free to come back for that. Hopefully that'll go over as well as a Nuzlocke can. And I will see all of you in my next video. So thank you all very much for watching. Take care.